President Biennial says the Nigerian government will continue to make the country's oil and gas sector attractive to both local and international investors. He was speaking at an international health, safety and environment conference holding in Lagos. Business correspondent Tolulokpe Ogunjobi has details.
Activities in three-day conference on the oil and gas sector began on a safety note. Industry experts have converged on Lagos to compare notes on driving sustainability through improved stakeholders' environmental stewardship, gas flaring, oil field waste management, safe travel to offshore rigs, amongst others. Vice President Biennial was represented here by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ibe Kachiku. He speaks on the efforts of the federal government to address major challenges facing the oil and gas sector.
We're down to about 27 or 28% of that. We have set 2020 as a benchmark to get out of it. We set gas policy, we set gas flare commercialization, where we're enforcing rules on safety. So I think that the consciousness is being built up. Conferences like this help. In January, I'm going to be doing a tour of a lot of the major production areas for oil, which are basically the offshore platforms, so each of the oil companies, just to raise consciousness.
If the industry was not compliant, we would have had much more problems on our hands than we presently have. Standards and guidelines continue to be churned up as the industry grows. The industry is dynamic, and so we follow this dynamism. And from time to time, call the industry to exchange views and ideas, so they know when the DBR is coming up with new standards for compliance.
Local and foreign professionals also discuss issues arising from exploration, production, downstream and other related activities.
We should be concerned about the volumes, not the number of spills, because the number of spills is proportional to the level of activities. Operations are increasing, in the offshore and in the near shore, also in the land. So there is, as a matter of necessity, should be some oil spills. But most of these numbers are mystery spills from the moving vessels. So I think exponentially the number of spills is coming down.
The big theater of gap is our infrastructure. Because as we talk of all, it's not just all about gas, it's also about oil spills, it's also about aging pipelines. And one of the things that I'm hoping I can get His Excellency the President to do before we get into the rapidity of election politics is to launch this infrastructure remediation scheme that we want.
The Department of Petroleum Resources says it will continue to improve on and sanction any operator that operates below expected standards. Tolulokpe Ogunjobi, TVC News, Lagos.